So who am I here with today?
Esteban.
Esteban. I noticed that his hair is very nice. It has great flow, but it's kind of heavy towards the sides. I like the top. We're gonna keep most of it to make for a middle part with flow and a taper on the sides. So let's get straight into it. So I'll start off by wetting the hair and splitting it into the sections that I need. So now that we have the hair saturated, I'll just go ahead and make a line. The hair naturally splits around the end of the crown. So I'll just follow that line all the way down to his ear, kick all of this forward, and repeat on the other side. Now with our hair positioned like this, I'll make a line from our previous all the way to the front and just check where the hair naturally wants to split. Once we've located the recession, we'll kick all of this forward and the remaining hair downwards. Now I'll repeat on the other side. Now we're left with a box section that'll split the top from the sides, clip it into one section. In the back, to make it easier for our graduation, we're going to have to isolate this part that naturally wants to spring up. In the end, we'll make a decision whether we want to layer or graduate this triangle section. So just go ahead, take one side, follow the comb with your thumb, and isolate. And clip it to the top. With the head section, we can begin with our graduation. The graduation I'll be doing will be relatively horizontal as opposed to vertical because I like the weight and I want to build on it. So our first section will be from the end of the C-cup to near the ear. We'll grab this section, come under with our comb. We're going to take it finger tight because we're going to slap a taper on there. So just make your incision, stopping at the second knuckle to avoid cutting ourselves. And with our next section, from the recession to behind the ear, come back to our previous section, angle out slightly to make more weight towards the top, check with our scissors, and cut. Section 3, same process all the way behind the ear. Triangular with our arms, fingertips, to build weight. And we're going to mirror his head shape with our fingers to keep it as tight as possible towards the bottom to allow for a smooth taper. With my fingertips, I'm over-directing downwards slightly to preserve weight. Our final section will reflect the triangle section that we made previously. Not much to cut here. As for the weight in the back, now when that's finished, should be left with beautiful flow on the sides, and we'll repeat the process on the other side. So as we can see, the side is graduated nicely. It's all flowing. It's time to make a decision what we're gonna do with this top piece. Naturally, I can already tell there's not much length to take off here. If I took off too much, it would stand. It's sitting nicely, so what I'm going to do is just visually connect it by layering it. Take this middle section. Not much to connect here. It's already sitting very nice. So I'll just refine. Next section. A little bit more to take off. Just refining the edge. On the other side. Nothing to cut here. Now I'll let the top loose. Comb all of his hair backwards. For the center part of his haircut, the middle part does not always flow down the center exactly. So what we do to find his natural part is comb all the hair backwards and just kick it up. We can see our hair will naturally split down his natural part. Repeat the process. Kick it all up. Every time splits down his natural part. By doing it this way, it'll allow the hair to sit naturally the way it wants to, and it'll make it much easier for him to style. Since we want the front portion of his hair to sit longer than what's in the back, we'll just take a section from the back, see how it's sitting, and just visually connect it with our feather razor. We want the hair connected towards the back and disconnected towards the front. It's all flowing towards the back and the front is disconnected. I'll repeat the same process on the other side. Now, just as a check to make sure that the bangs are even on both sides, I'll kick the hair forward. Where the hair splits over here, there's a bit of a length difference. So I'll just cut that to connect. Now, down the center, I'll take a rough section down the middle, which will serve as our guide. So we lift this section up. We'll cut a triangular shape to preserve length towards the front and make it connect towards the back. These front hairs are already falling down. So I'll just take our our shortest piece over here and start moving down the section towards the back, where it should connect with no issues. Center section goes to the right side, and we'll cut this all square. Fingers horizontal, cutting a square section on the top. Guys, now the scissor work portion of the haircut is finished, so I'll blow dry it all backwards to allow for the hair to be dry and put in my taper. With the hair now dry and flowing nicely, I'll go ahead and start in the back with my taper. Start with my foreguard just to debulk and flick out to connect to our scissor work that was previously set in. Now using some scissor over comb to visually connect our clipper work to our scissor work. I'll be keeping the taper very low to preserve the scissor work. And guys, a haircut is not about what you cut off the hair, but what you keep. Now I'll set in my zero line with the clipper lever fully closed. Since we're keeping a lot of length even on the taper, I'll come in with my 3 guard and start fading downwards to not go up too high with the taper. One and a half guard fully open, comes in right under that. Then I'll close the lever and come in right under what I previously cut with the guard fully open. No guard fully open to set in our final guideline, keeping it very low. No guard half closed to start fading out the guideline that we set in. Half guard fully open, and we'll begin fading out the line in between. Halfway closed. And now fully closed to completely get rid of that bottom guideline. Thinning shears come in next to refine and soften the fade. Now that we're happy with the back taper, most of the haircut is already finished. The last thing we'll do is repeat the process on the sides. To fully connect the back and side taper, we will line up. Clear this stubble down here and follow the natural shape of his hairline. Moving from back to front, just connecting that line up. It's very important to have the hair combed in the direction that we want it to sit to avoid taking too much from the lineup. So what we can do now is lift the bangs and line up his C-cup. Starting from the top and moving towards the bottom. Boom, that's one side finished. Now, we'll repeat the process on the other side. Yeah, exactly. And that's the plan. With the tapers set in on both sides and the lineup's finished, the last thing I'll do, since his hair is very heavy, I'll texturize. And this is just a visual process. I'll have to go through each part of the hair and see where stuff is sitting. So for example here, we can see in the flow, this part is a little heavier. So I'll just come in with my texturizer and refine ever so slightly for more movement. From the middle part, I'll just take sections upwards and point cut to create disruption in the layers. Now, one last thing I'll do on Esteban's hair is style it. I'll just grab a finger worth of matte paste, rub it in my hands, and stroke the hair backwards as it wants to sit naturally. The taper.
Yeah. Oh, perfect.
Nice, and flows in the back. Clean little taper.
And the back is really clean.
Thank you very much. So you like it?
Yeah, I love it. Thank you so much.
Perfect, no problem. Okay, so this was a tutorial on a middle part flow for Esteban's hair. I hope you enjoyed it. I haven't found a single good middle part tutorial, so hopefully this helps every barber out there on the internet. And thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.